This is Question Time at Alhambra Investments. Joe and Steve are here today. And, we've talked about speculation in the market. We talked about that yesterday. But I think there's also a lot of speculation in crypto and Bitcoin in particular. A Bitcoin is now almost up to $100,000. So I don't even know how to ask you, Joe. I mean, speculation. Is it real? I mean, it is reality. Is it viable? Um, Tell me what's going on in your head over crypto.
Well, let's correct something. You said that there is some speculation in crypto. I think the proper way to say that is crypto is speculation. There's no there, as someone famously once said about Oakland, California. There's no there. Um, so what's going on? Look, I will tell you that I am not, maybe not, I'm put it this way. I am not a crypto expert. I am not a Bitcoin expert, not in any way, shape, or form. I owned Bitcoin back when it first came out. I bought some. I was like, this is not even that interesting. And I got rid of it and I haven't had it since. And if I just kept that one, it'd be worth something now. I could maybe buy a car. But it doesn't make a lot of sense. Um, there's this idea that floating around on the internet that because we've got Trump in office who appears to be now pro crypto, whereas once he said it was nothing or a scam or whatever, which surely he would know about. But anyway, and other people in the administration who apparently are pro crypto, and I'm not sure exactly what they're pro crypto about. The idea of apparently a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Yeah, because really, why? I said in the piece this weekend, maybe somebody in the administration should look up the word strategic. Strategic is, or strategy is a plan to accomplish a long-term goal. So what long-term goal does Bitcoin solve? Yeah, none. There's no, again, there's no there. It doesn't solve anything. Um, this has been the problem with Bitcoin from the very beginning. I jokingly referred to it as I'm sure other people have too, as a solution in search of a problem. I'm not even sure it's a solution. I'll give you an example. About 4 years ago, Australian Stock Exchange was going to put everything on the blockchain. It's 4 years later, and now they've wasted a whole bunch of money, and they still can't make it work. Why? Well, because it's not suited for that. It's not suited for damn near anything. If it's a high volume of transactions, it doesn't work. Too slow. There's just a lot of things wrong with this idea that it's going to replace the dollar somehow. That's also flying around the internet these days. Oh, they're going to replace the dollar with Bitcoin. I think that, again, one of those things, be careful what you wish for. So what we're talking about here then would be a money supply that is constant, that is has a maximum, right? So what do you get if you have a fixed money supply? Well, you get deflation. That's what you get. Now, the question is the deflation good or bad? And what I mean by that is deflation is the natural outcome of capitalism. Think about this. Say you got a fixed amount of money. Say it's Bitcoin. Say whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Bitcoin as money, by the way, money is a social phenomenon. It is not in paper money is a social phenomenon. It's about people's confidence, right? So for whatever reason, people have this confidence in Bitcoin, and part of that is driven by the fact that there's a finite amount of it, right? Once it's all mine, it's all mine. Okay, so what do you get in capitalism? If you have a fixed money supply and you become more productive, you produce more stuff, well, you got the same amount of money to buy a larger amount of stuff. The price of the stuff has to go down. That's deflation. That's a good deflation in the sense that comes from being more productive, being more efficient. There's also the idea of a deflation that's driven by monetary, where you shrink the money supply versus the demand for money. Look, the bottom line is I don't think it'll work as a currency. I don't think it would work as the currency for any economy. And we've seen this repeatedly in our history. Deflation, the problem with deflation is that wages are not flexible on the downside. Other prices can fall, and now your Bitcoin can buy more money, can buy more stuff. That's great, but your salary is going to be constant. It's not going to adjust. And for things to really work right, salaries would have to fall too. Pay would have to fall to make it so you don't have inflation. So anyway, the point is, I don't think it works as a currency. So the question is there something else it can be used for? And if somebody comes up with a use case where Bitcoin makes something better, then please God tell me what it is because I don't know what it is. I got nothing. I don't see where it improves on anything. It's a distributed ledger. It's a database. So I just don't see what all the excitement is about. The excitement is about the price going up. So since I don't really know all that much about crypto, and listen, there are other things. Here's another little rant. Stable coins, Tether and USDC, which is from Coinbase and so forth. Okay, stable coins. What's a stable coin? Stable coin is a crypto coin that is always worth $1. Okay. Doesn't pay any interest, doesn't do anything really except just exist and print money for the person that put it out there. Why? Well, because they take your dollars and they put them in the treasury market and they're collecting interest. And guess what? They're not passing any of it through to you. It's a money market account with no interest. That's not an improvement, guys. It's just not. Now, obviously, the way the reason for the stable coin is that, oh, it's always worth $1. I can put my money in this stable coin. It'll always be worth that dollar. I can always go buy other things that are in crypto land because I've got a constant value for this thing. Yeah, okay. What is worth buying in crypto land? What is it you want to buy? Oh, you want to buy Peanut the Squirrel's freaking crypto coin? Why? It does nothing. It has no value. Dogecoin, no value. I'm sure there's others out there. Maybe there is a project in crypto land that is, something that makes something better. That's what capitalism is, right? Capitalism is about looking at things and how do you improve them? How do you provide a better product? How do you become more efficient? That's what capitalism is. I don't know what the hell crypto is. It's a waste of money. Um, Look, I don't I know that people are making money on this stuff. That doesn't make it viable. The fact that you were able to find a bigger sucker to buy it from you at a higher price means nothing. It's still not worth anything. So look, I don't know. I'm sure we'll get roasted for this. Somebody will. I'm sure people will pile in the comments and tell me how stupid I am. You know what? Won't be the first time. I got told I was stupid when I said .com shit was overvalued too. That didn't matter. Yeah, I wasn't dumb then either. I got called dumb when I said the real estate bubble was going to pop in the 2000s. Yeah, I wasn't dumb then either. And you know what? I'm not dumb now either. But you guys go ahead, do your best. Tell me why I'm wrong, and I'll read the comments and we'll see where it goes from there. Stevie, you got anything more? Because I got nothing.
Yeah, I actually do see a value here. You might not even argue with it, but first off, I'm going to agree with you. It's not really money. Who wants to borrow in this? I mean, I don't see people banging on my door saying, "Hey, I want to borrow some money and have to pay it back in crypto because everybody's doing what you got." They're expecting to make money on it. Well, if you take on debt, you're expecting to like lose on top of the loan. They're not treating it like money. They're treating it like as a speculative asset that they're expecting to rise in value. But it just doesn't function money. And then on the portfolio side. This isn't, I mean, you look at the volatility profile. You can't put this into a multi-asset portfolio and actually have it like lower your volatility, lower your risk. It actually amplifies your risk. Um, okay, so it's a speculative asset, maybe it's a digital asset. Well, you kind of bring up the point of where's the value? Well, here's maybe I differ with you, but I don't think I differ that much. Online gambling's a multi-billion dollar industry. Okay, so to me, this is a dopamine application. Silicon Valley's been in the business for quite a few years of creating dopamine apps. Social media, it's dopamine app. You get clicks, you get views, you get a charge out of it. Online gambling, it's a dopamine app. You get a charge. Robinhood, fractional share trading, it's a dopamine app. Premium games. You buy the game, but people start paying for extra abilities and extra rewards in the game because they get a rush off of this. This is a really good rush delivery product. It's got an exciting story. It's got volatility. It goes up and down. It can make you a lot of money. To me, it's another dopamine app, and it's a pretty good delivery mechanism for dopamine. So to me, that's the value here is, and I put it in the category of like online gambling, as another one of those kind of, apps in order to get an emotional charge, get some excitement. And frankly, if I had looked at it that way at the beginning, I probably would have bought some and held on to it because human beings do like gambling.
I hear you.
So, Joe, anything different that you want to add before we sign off?
Well, yeah, I have something I've been thinking about. We were I was talking to some other people in the company talking about, well, what could we use crypto for? What is crypto good for? And as I said, capitalism is about taking an existing product. Well, it's not always about this, but it is about, for instance, a lot of times about taking an existing product and making it better. And I think the example in our industry that comes to mind is the development of the ETF. ETF is nothing more than a mutual fund, but it's a better form of mutual fund. It's more tax efficient. It's lots of advantages to owning that ETF. You can trade it all day long. You don't have to wait till the end of the day for settlement. So it was an improvement. And there's a reason why money is migrating from old-fashioned open-end mutual funds into ETFs. There's a reason for it. It's a better product. So I hear people talking about tokenization. Hey, we can tokenize anything. We can take a building and turn it into tokens. We had this building. It's owned by was owned by one person, and now we can tokenize it. So you can own a piece of that building. We can divide it into 100 pieces, and you can own 100th of this building. And that was supposed to be some brilliant thing, and I've seen it done actually here in South Carolina in the boonies. Uh, I know of a building in Columbia, South Carolina. It was a dorm actually that was tokenized. But what's the purpose? The tokenization of it is that it becomes more liquid, or supposedly would be more liquid, but it doesn't. It doesn't change anything. Your token is no more liquid than the whole building because you can't sell it. You got to have a market. There is no market. Now, there is the possibility that there are things you could do on blockchain that might be an improvement. And real estate, recording of deeds and things like that, maybe that's a place for an application because it's not time sensitive. But the bottom line is that you got to have something to make something better, and crypto doesn't do it. You can take an ETF and tokenize it. So what? The only advantage I can see possibly is that it would trade 24/7. Except again, you run into the same problem. Who are you going to trade it with? At 3 in the morning on the East Coast, okay, well, maybe you can trade it with somebody in Europe. Oh, but then we have the issue of the type of product. Is it the same ETF as the US traded version versus the European version? Is it an Irish domicile? Where is it? It doesn't work. So my point is that even that tokenizing, which seems really simple and really intuitive, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't accomplish anything. And the last thing I have to say on this topic today is here's a question. So who is Satoshi Nakamoto? This is supposedly the guy who invented Bitcoin, although it has been posited that it is a group of people, not one. Well, here's my guess. And here's my guess based on a lot of what Steve has said about a dopamine product. I believe that it is a fairly small group of really, really wealthy Silicon Valley guys who own the Satoshi wallet, and they have left it there all this time. And because that's the mystery, right? Satoshi supposedly he's has this wallet with the original Bitcoin in it, and it's never been touched. And I suspect it will never be touched until it's advantageous for those Silicon Valley guys to touch it. I don't think that Satoshi is dead. I don't think that he's the CIA. I think it is guys like Peter Thiel or maybe Elon Musk or some of the other PayPal mafia. I'm not sure, but I suspect it is owned by a real person or a real group of people, and that we will know who they are when they open that wallet finally. And the question is, what makes them open the wallet? And I don't know what the answer to that question is, but that's just my 2 cents on who Satoshi is. And if I really got down to it, I think it's Peter Thiel, but that's my guess. Anyway,
So we've told you what we think. Now you tell us what you think and put your comments in the comments section down below. We're also going to take some time off for the rest of the week for Thanksgiving. You have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll be back again on Monday.